What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is the Blazing King with King Critique. Caveat number one to start things off with. I apologize for the noise in the background if you do hear it. My air conditioner is on currently, and I would turn it off, but it is almost 90 fucking degrees, and I would rather, have a little bit of extra noise, so I will try to speak up a little bit more when I'm saying things, than have to sweat to death while recording. Like, I know that's always a pain in the ass, but I do have noise gates, noise suppression, whatever the fuck it is, so hopefully, that's not heard as much. But I've also, listened back to older content, and, airplanes flying by and shit have been heard, so, I don't know. I highly apologize if the air conditioner affects things too much, though, but I'd, rather not, die sitting here, frankly. Number two caveat, if you're enjoying the show, whether it be Vigilantes, My Hero in general, or what have you, and you're excited about an announcement of Season 2 officially, whether it be at the end of this episode or was just in general, leaked on Facebook or something. Facebook, Twitter, whatever. I don't think I can get in trouble for saying those, even though I usually, cover them up at the end. Whatever. Regardless, let me know your thoughts and opinions about how the show has been in the comment section down below, or wherever it is, whatever platform you're watching it on, because I always love to encourage conversation amongst myself and the community who might check out my content. But if you're not going to hang out for conversations, at the very least, let the whole video run through to let me get the watch time. And hit like, subscribe, let the whole video run through to let me get the watch time. I think I literally just said that, but you know how I am. I repeat shit sometimes. That's just how it do be. But that all being said, let us get into the final episode of My Hero Vigilante Season 1. Hey, fan mail's fan mail, even if it's from people she personally knows. Yeah, honestly, people sending, a message on, a platform or a text message is one thing. But people sending fan mail through regular mail, that does kind of mean a little bit more, I'd like to say. It's kind of like when people send creators things in their P.O. box. That means a lot more than, gifting them a game on Steam or something. And she wore herself out. Now, before we get into the actual episode, I will kind of give that little bit of a recap on what happened last time, where Dust finally did what he set out to do. He took back his daughter, and that we're thankful for. Because she was a very fun villain, don't get me wrong, but once we realized the truth to things, it was very entertaining to see Dust actually get what he was trying to accomplish accomplished. Now, it's a bigger question on, is he going to get his family back together? Is he going to continue to fuck around with Koichi? And, I can still never remember Pop's actual name. Suppose these are things we will see within this episode, because I'm pretty sure with the preview of the last episode was, Master is missing. Okay, Praying Monster. Praying Mantis villain is probably kind of horrifying, honestly. Captain Douchebag! I swear God, if you sign my outfit again, I'm going to pound you. What happened to the ear of his jacket? He's not going to find that to try and sew it back on? No, because even if I can provide a distraction, I'd rather do that than let villains run amok. But that kind of says more to your Captain Douchebag personality. Yeah, actually, here's a thought. Did somebody who drew his character originally think of, what would be the most unlikable hero I could draw? Johnny Bravo was a fun cartoon as a kid. What if we just made that, but into a superhero? Who am I kidding? Johnny Bravo was more likable than this guy. This guy is like douchebag S++. Yeah, no, by that point I would have punched him in his tiny nose. My guy, it adds to your workload. You're a hero. Stop wanting fame and attention, and you'd realize that. Cunt fuck. I refer back to my point of Captain Douchebag. And this will probably happen every time he's on screen, so apologies if you like the cunt, but why is he here? Facts. Because Makoto is very pretty and very smart, and basically has this douchebag's balls in a vice grip because she has his wife's phone number. Are you, though? Damn. How the fuck does she know instantly where he'd be? Yeah, he's right here, actually. You want to talk to him? Yeah, just totally blow him in anyway. And she was right outside! That's even worse. She's just ready to grab him up. But see, this is what happens when you're douchebag extraordinaire and the only person who might help you pushes you to do the things you're actually supposed to do. Technically she could too, because like, regardless of the laws in other places around the world when it comes to like an acceptable age, you still can't, peep on women while they're changing. That's illegal regardless of where you are. And like, okay, well I can't say regardless of where you are because there's places, but still 99.99% of the time, it's completely illegal most places around the world. Don't give me another. You say the enthusiastic kid asks you to stick around. He hates everything to do with you, just like I do. Well, because the main boss to... I'm not even going to try to remember her name. The big boss to the B girl started to do shit himself, and that makes it way worse. Just have someone give you some, like, automatic turrets on your shoulders or something. Slide around and just kind of, like, flex your shoulder muscles and they go pew, 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 pew. Yeah, no, a sword on someone like Koichi will not go well. The stain to be, that kind of worked out. But Koichi, I don't think so. Yeah, someone else, just like last time when Trigger was taking effect. The B-girl was the instance in that case. Now there's this guy who is, like... something else completely. Now, here's my question. Is this like one or all for one before he lost his fucking mind and he was like just way lower key? Because we know the backstory to all for one, but that doesn't mean that this isn't somebody who's associated with that man. Why does the just zoom in on Ingenium 1's crotch like that? That was weird. You are flying through the sky. Do not nitpick, you fucking asshole. Oh, hey, look. The actual villain. Oh no, is the actual villain gonna spike Ingenium? I mean, obviously, he did okay long term, because he was in My Hero, because he's Ida's brother, but... Are you really roasting children? Like, come on, even the artist didn't care enough about them. Why do you gotta drill into them like that? Just turns to Pop like, you got any ideas? The difference in the reactions from all three of them, though. Oh, she would. They are actually making Koichi put on the outfit for the bit. This is probably not the way he thought he'd be pushed around by a girl, honestly. He got like 3 claps. Pop is so pissed that he's the one that got shoved on stage. But like, what are you supposed to do? Like, one of the Feathers girls made a promise that she couldn't keep because Captain Douchebag as well. So they kinda had to do what they were able. Do something. Do what? This is not a good idea. This is going to go in a very bad way, or Pop's probably just gonna hit him and say that's her job. Or maybe he'll not be terrible, and she'll save him by doing her singing, and the Feather Girls will come out, and they'll just make a big thing of it. Yeah, well, it was also sung by children who, like, can't be much better than him. Oh, well, see, at least that's good. At least he's not completely awful, so he'll get booed off stage. At least, like, something worked. And at least they're fine with it. He is the hero. Actually, it's funnier how they made sure, like, black out a majority of this guy's face, even though all the important features are on display, than they trying to put eyeballs on anybody but the main characters. Yeah, villain got out. Captain Douchebag might want to go handle that. Yep. Yes, he is. Oh, hey, isn't that going to work out quite well? He's going to end up at Naruto Fest. You are incompetent. Shut up. That's actually kind of fucked up that, like, a villain of his caliber is more worried about the crawler than Captain Asshole. And Koichi got ganked. Well, at least he knows he can fly if the dude tries to drop him. Will he be able to easily? Probably not. But at least he knows he can. You can fly. Just think. Or get saved by Captain McFuckface, sure. I'm going to kill you in your sleep. The look of relief on all of their faces, though, they showed up, even if it's for such a bad situation, is just. Uh, I mean, hey, I get it. If you want to see a giant asshole, that's what you want to see. That's fine. I mean, there are many places on the internet for that kind of things, but you know, I could try and cover up and say I didn't mean that literally, but I also might have meant that literally. Maybe he's retiring from being a vigilante hero. He got his family back together, and that's all he wanted to begin with. Yeah, that's what he's getting at. And that's probably, his wife that they're zooming in on now. Oh no, he's watching over the daughter. Actually, is it kind of fucked up to, like, say that out of anything, that asshole is probably the better one to be shipping with Dust's daughter? Like, I know that's a completely out of left field thought process, but, like, you have in my opinion, irredeemable villain turned hero, supposedly, and the maybe redeemable, emotionally driven, stray daughter turned villain. It kind of works. I mean, granted, I'll never like him, because, listen, when you attempt a very volatile crime and don't really do a lot to make up for it, I don't care if it's anime or real life, you are not forgivable. That's why I will never forget Ira from DDD, which, Wednesday, and I will never forget this asshole. Apparently the villain side of her held most of the memory, just because she does not remember. Which is probably for the better, honestly. Well, yeah, of course your head hurts. You kind of started a fist fight with your father. She's in the other room. I'll explain that later. Did she get in worse condition, or was this just like day one that he's flashing back to? Nope, this must have been recently, because that's the scar he got from Tamao. So, did she die, or did she just like need emergency surgery, so she's like in worse condition than she was, but alive? Wait, why don't you put this in your house then? Bitch, you're not gonna get that much fan stuff in the next couple of weeks. Deal with it. It's his house. Let him use it for what he wants. Fuck you. Okay, but like those two in the corner. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that was probably one of the funnier instances of that episode. Where just as soon as they saw each other, it was like thump. And hey, she's kind of hot, so I don't blame him. Hey, yo, but like... Nice. I was expecting a little bit like a final notice on what to expect in the next season. Apparently we did not get that much, but that is fine. Because we did get to see what we got to see, and hey, we love what we got to see. And honestly, if I'm around for season 2, I very much am here for it. I'm of course going to do the same thing as I did. When it comes out next year, I'm going to watch it week by week. I'm going to wear the My Hero merch. Might even pick up an actual Vigilante shirt or something if they exist by that point. But the show was fine. The thing about Dust's wife is still in question. Like, was that last bit that she took her last breath when he saw her in that moment, and that's why he looked so disparaged? Or is it because that she was being rushed into an emergency surgery, so he was just extremely worried about her conditioning? Could not tell you as far as that was actually meant to be, but you can let me know your thoughts on how that was supposed to be perceived. In either case, let me know your thoughts as well about how the entire season went, because this was really more of just like a casual, cap off of the season, showing what everyone was up to, including Captain Cuckboy, and dear God, I hope we don't have to see more of him next season, because he can rightfully fuck off. Literally. Like, I would rather take any of the other Tool-like heroes in the actual show, like, I don't know, Iorama, or how the fuck, the French dude, however you're supposed to pronounce his name. I'd rather see more of him than see Captain Douchebag. But that's my opinion. Like, I don't know, I have just irksome thing for people like that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the show, the episode, and are you looking forward more to season 2 of this or the final season of the actual show? Either case, let me know. Also, let me know about any other shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general, because that, comments are good for the algorithm regardless of where you are, and it helps me out immensely to get some sort of an idea for more stuff I can bring you guys. That being said, don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description. Ring both bells like blue letter, blue to do with the atmosphere, the black, the orange, the purple. Subscribe with Purple Prime for free. That helps me out immensely. And let me know, should I start a green so I can start streaming my live anime reactions? And that all being said, it's... what? Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but... Anyway, it's been the Blazer King with King's Critiques. Sign out. Ta-ta for now. Peace.